Montgomery. Obviously hitting the road here for Southern Miss, and that place is, like Coach Summerall mentioned, always been kind of tough to go into. It's been, you've had some close battles there. What is it about going on the road at Southern Miss? It's kind of, even when they were not in the Sun Belt yet, still kind of like a regional rivalry for Troy. What is it about going there, playing this team that kind of maybe not gives you a little bit of extra juice, but it's kind of fun?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last time we went there was 2021. I didn't get to play in that game, but it was a hard fought game, and I think they're playing some good football right now, so it'll be exciting, and I think we'll be ready as well.
Hey Gunnar, this is John and Dothan. Coach Summerall a number of times this year has talked about how he'll, walk through and see you studying film during the morning hours and be there, when he walks back by several hours later. Can you kind of talk about how you've changed as far as a quarterback this year, even as opposed to last year, with the studying part of the game?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty easy too when you graduate. I mean I've graduated, so I'm kind of low on the class hours right now, so I have a lot of time on my hands, and that's a part of the reason I came back because I would have that time to really put all my effort into football mostly, and that's what I've been trying to do. So
Can you tell Gunnar, when it comes game time, what's made a difference this year with knowing the teams better, or you tell me, what's been the difference?
oh yeah, I mean just watching film every day and just knowing the looks I'm going to get in the game, and really studying the opponent and knowing what they're going to give me is a big deal, and I mean I think it's helped me out a lot.
Hey, Gunner, for this offense, you guys always kind of seem to pick it up as the game goes. Is that what I want to the mindset? I guess you guys never really care if you don't score on the first drive, if you in the first quarter with three or no points, because you always kind of seem to kind of figure it out as the game goes. Is that more attributed to the game plan, maybe in adjusting in game, or just knowing that you guys it's just a matter of time before you get going?
Yeah, that's not the plan every week. We want to start fast, but no, I mean I think we've done a good job of just continuing to play and knowing things will go our way. So yeah, we don't plan on starting slow, but we have been, and hopefully this week we can change that.
And then on the really fast as a follow up to that, the defense being able to hold you guys, keep you around, the offense around, allowing you guys to find your footing. What can you say about their performance? Obviously, there's a lot of experience on that side of the ball, but what can you say about the way that they've been able to play this year and really the last 2 years?
Yeah, they've done that in a couple games, just keeping us in the game, keeping us at striking distance. So, yeah, there's some experienced guys over there that played a lot of football. So, I feel really good about the defensive side of the ball and what they've been doing.
Gunnar, the past last season you had to go down to the wire for the Sun Belt Conference Championship game for you guys to play into it. You had to beat Arkansas State, obviously. You were able to clinch it, I think, 2 weeks ago. Um, just talk about maybe like the pressure being off you guys as much. Obviously, you want to win every game, but the pressure of um, knowing you guys are going to be in it late in the season, how it makes you come out and maybe play a little bit more easier every week.
I mean, Coach Summerall's talked about that. We don't want to take our foot off the gas just because we clinched the West. But, I mean, I think early on in the game last Saturday, I think we were kind of relaxed, and that's not what we want to do. I think you'll see a team this weekend that comes out wanting to play another game at the vet. So I think it's going to be a good one this weekend. We'll start fast.
Gunnar, Coach Summerall mentioned really kind of wanting to get just another home game for the seniors. Um, I'm curious from your standpoint, is that something that you're focused on per se, or is it just about going out and really just locking in and winning the game on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, that's not our biggest concern is playing another home game. I mean, that would be nice, but we're just worried about Southern Miss this weekend and going out and winning that game, and everything will fall how it's supposed to.
And then I asked John about Chris in the red zone, kind of the dynamic that he presents versus maybe Rajay last year. John said that Rajay is more like Charles Barkley, and that Chris might be more like LeBron in terms of the way that they approach getting the ball or getting to the football. I'm curious, since you've thrown to the last two of them, what do you see from Chris in the red zone that stands out or makes him different from throwing to Rajay last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think Chris has a few inches on Rajay. He's probably a little bit taller, and I mean, he can jump a little bit higher. But Rajay was more of a physical kind of guy, and Chris likes to use his length and go up and snatch the ball.
Mississippi native, this might be like a bigger game to you, it appears, but this Troy Southern Miss deal, I mean, like, it might be a rivalry of sorts. I mean, they played a lot of close games even when Southern Miss was in the Conference USA. From your perspective, what does this game kind of mean to you?
This game actually means a lot to me because, like, I got some homeboys that play for Southern Miss that we play high school ball together on the same side, and, like, I don't want them to have that over my head. Like, we beat y'all, we did that, and stuff like that. So this game actually means a lot.
This defensive front this year has been unbelievable to watch. Just talk about being alongside that group with Richard and Javon and AJ Pierce, TJ Jackson, just to share that same, I guess, room with them and to be able to work alongside those guys. Kind of talk a little bit about that.
Well, honestly, I feel like this is probably the best thing that could have happened to me because, like, I'm surrounded by a bunch of dogs now. At my old school, I wasn't really surrounded by a bunch of dogs, like, you feel me? So, like, you could, like, drift away from, like, being a dog. But now that, like, I'm surrounded by a bunch of dogs, it feels good, and it just makes you want to work extra hard and be like them.
Zach, it feels like on this defense, it could be anybody at any moment, at any time. Just really how talented is that defensive side of the ball when it comes to just making plays, not even just sacking the quarterback or interceptions, but just it just feels like anybody can make any play at any time.
It's unexplainable, man. I think it's just like what we doing what we love to do. Like, we want to make plays. We want to get to the quarterback. We don't want them to score. We don't want them to score points. So, like, it's just the mentality that we carry throughout the whole room.
Then I'm curious about the mindset of this defense, especially at this part of the year. At the beginning of the year, you might study, your opponents a little bit more to kind of understand what they do. But as you guys have sort of gained confidence and picked up on Greg's style of coaching, is it more about maybe just focusing on yourselves and the details of your games as opposed to studying the other teams and what they do well?
Well, we know what we can do. So, like, we know what we can do. It's just about, like, when we get there, we can do it. So, like, it's not about focusing on what we can do. We always want to focus on our opponent, never underestimate our opponent. So, like, we don't know. We're not focusing on ourselves. We're focusing on the opponent. And, like, we still got goals we haven't met yet. And if we don't focus on our opponent, we're not going to get the goals we want.
Zach, obviously your first year with Troy, just kind of talk about being on this ride with this team and yet again accomplishing another Sun Belt West Division championship and obviously playing for a conference championship in a little over a week.
Rat poison. I'm just messing with you. I mean, the goal it wasn't to win the West. It wasn't to do nothing of that. It was to hold that trophy at the end of the year. And we haven't got there yet, so we're just taking it game by game and focusing on like that.